Y'all, listen, I'm going to try not to keep you long. I just hopped on here to tell y'all what God showed me in the spirit realm while this body was asleep, okay? I'm here to tell you that God is about to show up for you. He is. And whenever God is about to take the stage for you, that means that there has been an introduction. What was the introduction? It was your praise, your worship, you habitating in God, okay? But before I get into this thing, and before I get into the nitty gritty, let me tell y'all what God showed me in the spirit realm while this body was asleep, okay? What I saw, y'all, was me sitting at this long table. I don't know what kind of event it was, but I know I was sitting at the table. And at this table, people were sitting there that I knew and that I didn't know. The faces that I recognized were people on my husband's side of the family and people on my side of the family. So as I was sitting at this table, I began to sing a song. You remember that song called Jesus is Real by John P. Key? Jesus is real. I know the Lord is real to me. Yes, I was singing that song, but I wasn't singing it like that. I was singing it very slow, like in worship form. And as I was singing the song, I looked up and then I began to see certain people on my husband's side of the family and other people as well looking at me sideways. They was giving and serving up haterade towards me. I guess they had something against either how I was singing the song or how my vocals were going, okay? And so what happened was I began to push through the haterade. I began to ignore the faces that I was seeing, and I continued to worship God in that manner by singing Jesus is real. And as I continued to press through, I began to hear people on the other end of the table begin to become quickened by the Spirit, which means what? The glory filled the room. And so when that happened, I heard an old pastor of mine, Pastor Neely, tell my sister to read Psalms 132. My sister did not have her Bible with her, but I had mine. So I said, hey sis, hey listen, get my Bible and read it. So I give her my Bible. She's in the book of Psalms. She can't find 132. It's not in there. So I said, Psalms 132 is in there. I go to my Bible. I'm going through Psalms, the book of Psalms. 132 has been pulled out. Who pulled it out? The devil did. He didn't want us to read it in the spirit realm. He didn't want us to read it in the spirit realm. So you know when your girl woke up, I got my word and I read it. So I'm going to read it to you because God ain't playing around with his covenants and his promises concerning you, because you have indeed given him an introduction to show up in your life, and he's going to show up. Listen at this. Psalms 132. Listen at this, y'all. Lord, remember David and all his afflictions, how he sware unto the Lord and vowed unto the mighty God of Jacob. Surely I will not come into the tabernacle of my house, nor go up into my bed. I will not give sleep to mine eyes or slumber to mine eyelids until I find out a place for the Lord and habitation for the mighty God of Jacob. Lo, we heard of it at Ephratah. We found it in the fields of the wood. We will go into his tabernacles. We will worship at his footstool. Arise, O Lord, into thy rest, thou and thy ark of thy strength. Let thy priests be clothed with righteousness, and let thy saints shout for joy. For thy servant David's sake, turn not away thy face from thine anointed. The Lord hath sworn in truth unto David. He will not turn from it. Of the fruit of thy body will I set upon thy throne. If thy children will keep my covenant and my testimony, that I shall teach them, their children shall also sit upon the throne forevermore. For the Lord hath chosen Zion. He hath desired it for his habitation. This is my rest forever. Here will I dwell, for I have desired it. I will abundantly bless her provision. I will satisfy her poor with bread. I will also clothe her priests with salvation, and her saints shall shout aloud for joy. There will I make the horn of David to bud. I have ordained a lamp for mine anointed. His enemies will I clothe with shame, but upon himself shall his crown flourish. Listen, God have seen your introduction for him. You have placed in your heart a habitation for where God can dwell. And because of that, God said, I see your affliction. Oh my. I see your afflictions, and I see where you have been to where you said, I want to serve God. I want to hunger and thirst for God. I'm not going to rest. I'm not going to give way to sleep until I find rest in God, until God find a resting place in me. And because of that, God said he shall indeed show up according to his word, that his eyes go to and fro throughout this world, showing up on the behalf of those whose heart is postured towards him. He sees your heart. It is postured properly. Your heart has been purged. Your hands are cleansed. There is no deceitfulness, no vanity, and no idols present in your life. And therefore, God is saying he's going to show up. And when he shows up, people around you who have been serving you haterade, that has been serving you side eyes and whatnot, they are about to see that Jesus, my God, is indeed real in your life. And therefore, God is saying he's going to bring those who have been working up against you, have been used by the enemy. He's about to bring them to shame. Remember how it says in here, let me put my glasses on because you know your girl got to see. Let me tell you how it says in here. There will I make the horn of David to bud. Remember how God said that he will exalt the horn of the upright, and the wicked shall see it, and they shall be grieved, and they shall gnash with their teeth and melt away, and therefore God shall indeed perish every wicked desire. That's what God is doing for you right now. He's going to cause every single wicked desire to perish that has been worked up against you. And God is going to exalt your horn, and he's going to cause for you to bud. Budding means that it's going to be a springing forth. That people thought that would be nothing. They're about to see you blue. They're about to see you. They're about to see you bloom right before their faces. And guess what? They ain't going to be happy for you. Some of them are going to be in the state of pretense. They say congratulations, but in their heart, as God said, they shall be grieving like never before and gnashing with their teeth, saying that they wish it was them instead of you. But I'm here to tell you to stand firm in the blessing that God is about to cause for you to bud. God is going to bring shame upon the enemies that have worked against you, and God is going to set, as he said upon David, he's going to set upon your head a crown. And not only that, he is going to be your God. He's going to be the lamp on you. He's going to be the lamp unto your feet, as he said, a lamp unto your feet and a light unto your pathway. So listen, God has indeed heard your afflictions. He's seen them as well, and he's going to show up on your behalf. And when God shows up, because you gave him the proper introduction of worship, you didn't get no rest until you gave God your best. Did you hear me? And because of that, God is showing up. And when God shows up, people are going to see that Jesus is real in your life, and ain't nothing they're going to be able to do or say about it or against it. Because can't no man close a door that God opens. Listen, I got to go. Oh, that word was so good, y'all. That's why that devil didn't want me and my sister to find Psalms 132. Because it deals with God's keeping his promises and covenants to those that habitates in him. I love y'all, and most of all, Jesus loves you too. I hope you take this word, eat this word, digest this word, be a hearer and a doer of it, and know that God is always working and fighting on your behalf. He will indeed bring you up out of whatever you've been in. He shall indeed exalt your horn. He's about to show up, and they will see that Jesus is real. Talk to y'all soon. Y'all be blessed. Ciao.